What's up, guys? I'm back, and today I'm just gonna go over a couple videos that I thought were interesting. Others were funny. Let's just watch them. Imagine that was like your getaway plan, is to be like, I'm gonna do a cartwheel and then just escape. If anything, he got lucky. Like, if honestly, I feel like if it was like a more aggressive cop, I feel like they would have just knocked you as you were upside down or something. I don't know. I just feel like it's like a very clean attack. Fuck. I know for a fact that baby's gonna have some traumatizing fear of heights. God damn, dude. I don't know what that would feel like. Imagine just being flown throughout the air in the sky and just you're like, whoa. No, but for real though, that's fucking scary as fuck though. Cause you have no control. You're up in the sky. You're like stuck on some, what was that? Like a tarp looking thing, a blanket. It's not even a blanket, but yeah, you get what I mean. That little kite thing. I don't know, but anyways, I hope the kid's alright. Like, did that thing come smashing down? There's a lot of questions that I'm very curious. Like, how did this end up?
Casey eats her husband's ashes 5 to 6 times a day.
When I open up the urn, I get a sense of happiness. It's like an adrenaline rush for me. And the more I eat, the more excited I get until I realize there's not a lot left. Then a few minutes later, I feel horrible because I did it. Whoa. Whoa.
I guess I'll read it. I'll read it to you guys. Okay, so it says, I was today years old when I learned Geppetto was actually a slave master, and he made his puppets from slave skin and hair. Pinocchio was an actually possessed doll made from slave skin and hair, and he was actually seen walking around without Geppetto. And no one knows where the puppet is located today. Did it say Geppetto or did it mean to say Geppetto? I don't know. I think that's a typo. Makes sense now when you find out who really Walt Disney is. What the? Who the fuck is Walt Disney? Alright, wait. What's the next thing?
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay. When I first saw this, I kind of questioned the authenticity of the story, but a lot of Disney stories have a twisted backstory. It's not really like all the fairy tale lovey-dovey stuff most of the time. But I figured that since we're recording, I figured I'd look it up with you guys. Let's chat GPT it real fast. Fuck it. Let's see if it's true. I'm gonna chat GPT it. Was Geppetto really a slave master? I'm not lying, I'm asking it. According to fucking ChatGPT, it says no, Geppetto was not a slave master. Geppetto is a fictional character from the Italian children's novel The Adventures of Pinocchio, written by Carlo Collodi. First published in 1983. Yeah, so this is probably bullshit.
Thing is, their pupils, they're slitted pupils. Do you know how rare that is in the animal kingdom? Lions do not have slitted pupils. They're round just like ours. Tigers don't have slitted pupils either. nor do jaguars. Now, this is kind of the weird thing, because I kind of thought that a domesticated house cat came from a big cat at some point down the line. But if they don't have slitted pupils like a house cat does, then what does have slitted pupils? Reptiles. Snakes and alligators have slitted pupils. Not any other cat. Now, in many cultures, ancient reptiles were considered to be kind of a trippy creature that had other abilities and senses. The other thing that's weird is that cats hiss like a snake, and they have slitted pupils like a reptile. They also love to eat mice, as do snakes. Now, we know how much the ancient Egyptians loved cats. Cats also have pineal glands. And you notice that cats will do that thing where they'll look in the corner of the room and they're making a fuss about what seems to be nothing. It is believed that their eyes enable them to see outside of the visible light spectrum that me and you are bound by. Now, it's not known how a cat has half the attributes of a lion and half the attributes of a snake, but perhaps some genetic tinkering went on many, many years ago in ancient worlds and civilization.
That's different. I mean, that's interesting, because cats are seen a little more spiritual, right? Other than that, though, the hissing part, any animal that hisses is already trippy and scary to me, man. I don't know. Can't trust them. Yeah, it's funny. That's interesting, though, about the cats and the slit eyes. I never really noticed that before until they brought it up in this video. Another interesting thing is this fool has slit eyes too. Look.
This non-human realm was feeding off low vibrational energy. There's a scene in the first Matrix movie where Morpheus holds up a battery and says, the Matrix is a computer-generated dream world designed to turn humans into one of these, a battery. That is a profound statement in an apparently fictional movie.
Well, we saw the kids version in Monsters, Inc. as well.
That was another one. You had the monster world, where the key monster was a green entity with one single massive eye. I mean, that's telling you, isn't it? What happened is that in the monster world, they had no source of energy. And so in the power station, every day, the monster employees would turn up and they stand in line. And then these doors would come, and when they walked through the door, they walked into a child's bedroom. And their job was to terrify the child, so the child screamed. They caught the scream in a tube and went back to the monster world to power the monster world. It was very symbolic of how this works. They are telling you without telling you, if you know what I mean.
You know, all I thought when I was watching this was this. Check out the back of my wallpaper once again. One eye, green, baby. It's right in front of our eyes. That's what they've been saying. That's what he said. Now, David Icke, he's been exposing this for the longest. I think for like the last 30 years, if I'm correct. I don't know. I just know he's been really exposing the elites and the reptilians and all that crazy stuff. Oh no, but definitely when it comes to the Monsters Inc. stuff, I've noticed that before.
What about your phone right now? Just Google 2025 and go to images. Make sure you're on images.
Movie posters and shit.
What is? It's kind of like apocalyptic kind of thing, right?
They're
Okay.
enslaved by a virus.
Okay, hold up. Now Google 2026.
Bugattis, trophies.
Glory in a way, like things are going good. Now Google 2027.
But there's a storyline already set in motion.
This is how the Simpsons predict everything.
The return of Christ? That's what showed up.
Okay, hold up. Now go to 2028. End of the world. Devil, the devil and Jesus like arm wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now go to 2029.
Fucking meteor?
A meteor hits Earth. Go to 2030. This is where it all wraps up.
Aliens? Future civilizations?
A utopia. Aliens come and like, it's just utopia.
Is that supposed to represent aliens or us going to heaven and
Couldn't tell you.
Shit, with all the alien news and all the alien sightings and all the alien movies, not even movies, but with all like the dystopian movies and the end of the world movies and all the end of the world this and end of the world music and then the depressing music that's made. I don't know, the whole world's like just going down. So maybe, man, I just thought it was interesting that Google already has a little prediction of every year, the upcoming years. And honestly, maybe we are in due time expected to meet aliens, and I could see that happening pretty soon. Pretty soon, at least within the next 20 years. Are they really aliens? I don't know. Are they, have they always been here? That's what I think. I think they always been here. Why now though? I don't know. It's part of the new world, baby.
Are you from the old timeline or are you from the new timeline? Let me ask you, where is your heart? Okay, so let's talk about these Mandela effects that had me freaking out for a long time. Apparently, the heart is no longer on the left side of the chest. It's straight in the middle. If you don't believe me, Google it. And if you are saying it's always been in the middle, well, you're from the new timeline. In our old world, our heart was on the left. Okay, you ready for the next one? Our kidneys. In our old timeline, our kidneys were in our lower back. In the new timeline, the new world, the kidneys are up, almost behind the lungs. I know, it's insane. And whoever's from the new timeline, please stop saying it's always been there. No, you're new. Our two worlds merged together between May and September of last year. Now, I truly think that when CERN turned on the kaleidoscope and they were monkeying around with the God particle, I think they shifted us in a new timeline and we merged. Some of us are from old Earth and some of us are from new Earth.
What the fuck? Alright, if whatever she's saying is true, then we are from the old timeline. Well, I'm from the old timeline or just misinformed. I don't know, man. That's what they always say, right? Because I remember they said, I know it wasn't in the middle. I wouldn't remember if it was in the middle, but they used to always say it was like right here on the left, I think. And for sure, the kidney part, I always did remember that shit was in your lower back. I remember that because I remember one time it hurt and I was like, what the fuck? So I looked it up. But I'm not a specialist. I've never looked this up like that. I mean, I did look it up, I'm telling you, but I mean, I probably read it wrong or didn't give a fuck. I don't know, professionals, please comment.
A lot of the extraterrestrials that take refuge on this planet are actually disguised as beggars. Typically, these beings take refuge in dark alleyways. They tend to wear a lot of clothes to cover up their image and hide their shape or true appearance. And it's no coincidence that homelessness is very prevalent in California, which is the city of Los Angeles. For those that like to debate semantics in regards to words like angels versus aliens, these beings are the same thing, okay? Angels are not from here, and so are aliens. They're not from here. Angels are typically depicted as more intelligent than humans, and so are aliens. Angels can fly, and so can aliens, and so on and so forth. Most people aren't aware of an article in Los Angeles Times back in January 29th of 1934 that spoke of lizard people. And TikTok, this is simply for entertainment purposes. There's rumors to be a reptilian city right underneath California. This is why it's called Los Angeles. You can think I'm crazy, you don't have to believe me, but it's true. And this is not just in the state of California. There's actually multiple extraterrestrials spread out all over the world that actually pose as the homeless. This makes it easier for them to stay off the radar. And the elites know it. This is why they're now trying to make it a crime to be homeless. They know that there's a lot of extraterrestrials that are blending in with society that are unaccounted for. And some of them actually are going to help with the restoration of us moving to 5D. There's a lot of others that are nefarious. And in the 1930s, the Los Angeles Times.
Okay. First of all, how? I just have one question. What is us moving to 5D? What is that exactly? Like just transcending to another dimension? Is that just called death? Nah, I'm kidding. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just saying. But besides that, when it comes to the tunnels underneath that Los Angeles, I think that is the real. That I've heard stuff like that. Is it connected to the aliens? Maybe. I think it's connected to trafficking, honestly, if you want to really be honest. But maybe it's both. ¿Por qué no los dos? ¿Por qué no los dos? No, for real though, there is trippy shit going on in LA. Something needs to happen.
So apparently this mountain in California has a whole city underneath it. Huh? So check this out. In 1904, a British man named J.C. Brown had been hired by a mining company from England to prospect gold in the mountain. Yeah. As he was digging, he discovered a mysterious cave that seemed to be around 11 miles long. Brown saw a small pinch of light at what it seemed like the never-ending tunnel, so he started walking towards it. After a roughly 3-hour walk, Brown seemed to have finally arrived at the end, but when he came closer, he couldn't believe what he saw. He discovered what seemed like lost village inside of the mountain. As he went further into the city, he found a chamber with 27 tombs that had skeletons in them, except that the skeletons were over 9 feet tall. What? He hid the entrance to the city and kept the information to himself. However, he obsessed over it in secret, and finally, after 15 years, he put together a team of 8 people to go back and explore the city. However, on the day the expedition was supposed to begin, J.C. Brown and his team vanished and were never seen again.
I don't know why I'm questioning how real this video is, but because I'm just like wondering, like, where do these guys even find these stories? Is it like on Reddit or online on some forum? But anyways, if this is true, this kind of goes along with the LA and the tunnels. But nevertheless, if we want to talk about tunnels and underground stuff, it's possible because the earth is fucking deep, right? I'm not a scientist. Once again, I'm not a scientist, bro. I'm just saying there could be civilization underground, and they could be like hybrids, and they could have been here from the beginning of time. Who fucking knows? All right, guys, I think this marks the end of this video. Please stay cool, bro. Stay yourself. Be yourself. Be you. Be you. Be you. And remember, try not to get abducted by the homeless aliens, apparently. I don't know.